at Jefferson's. He was like, he pulled through the drive-thru too, and he was like, you used to work at Jefferson's, didn't you? Not too long ago. It was like, you the one who walked out. I was like, nah, I ain't never worked at Jefferson's. I don't know what you talking about. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Jordan, back with another video. Today, we're gonna really have a story time about like some recent events that happened. You know, it wasn't nothing too bad. I would say it's too bad, but it's just some recent events. So right now we in the little, you feel me, little area. Eventually we're gonna have a setup area coming up soon. I'm just waiting for all that to come in and it'll be up. And we're gonna have a video on that, probably a live stream and then put it up as a video, but who knows. And then, so yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and y'all like the more, let me know. And without further ado, let's get straight into this story time.
Damn good, my face clean, my pockets full, my people straight. Double park, they let me through the back, I got my hoes with me.
All right, so to begin with, I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all to set it. So like, first, I had quit. I used to work at Mcdonald's, and then over time, I got tired of it, and then I quit. And then I went to a deli shop. So I stayed out there for like, say a couple of months, about 4 months maybe. And then around here recently, like I think it was like in June, I think, I had quit. Cause like I had seen, like he promised everybody that we was all gonna get a raise and all that. And I was cool with that. So I was like, yeah, we finna, you know, finna turn up on a little paycheck. So I looked at that joint and it just like, it didn't say exactly what he said he was gonna give me. And then I looked and I was thinking and I was like, nah, I ain't even finna do all that. So, you know me, I ain't gonna lie, I like playing it all smooth. Like I don't know nothing about going on. So I looked at the raise, I asked one of my coworkers about it and she was like, yeah, man, she got more of a raise than me. And like me, I've been working there for like a good little minute, putting in a whole lot of work, you feel me? Like I go from store to store and then like I'll be opening and closing. Like I used to do the whole 9 yards for them. At like, I was supposed to be a manager, but like on paper I wouldn't, but like they gave me manager rights in so many words. But I ain't really getting no raise for real, and then everybody else got a raise bigger than mine at the end of the day. I didn't like that. That wasn't really cool to me. So I played it off for about a good little 3 days. And I was like, man, I'm finna get me another job. So I started looking and looking. And I mean like, it'll be like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm looking for a job on my phone, just scrolling out of boredom. So I was just thinking, I was like, bro, I don't know what I'm finna do. So I called my old boss up from Mickey D's. He said, you know, we'll let you come back, but you'll have to go to the other store. Now, granted, the other store that he told me to go to, I worked there before I quit. And when I tell y'all, it's just busy for no reason. It was busy for no reason. And at that time, on that day, when I was there, I was the only one on table. And on table, you just got to sit there and make the food and stuff. So I was on table by myself for like 3-4 hours that day, and I was mad, and they mad busy too. Like we got orders with like 2 Big Macs, 3 McChickens, and some nuggets on a whole order. So like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm getting mad. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. So I told him, I told the old boss, I was like, I ain't even gonna lie. I said, yeah, I'll go. Whole time, Jordan did not go.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Jordan played it off and he didn't give bro a call back for like a good little week and week 2 straight. For real. So that was kind of crazy. So I went and got an interview at this little place called Jefferson's. It's like a restaurant. So I was gonna be the little line cook, you feel me? Just doing me, just trying to get my chill and get out. So the interview, I ain't gonna lie, when dude interviewed me, it was kind of weird. Like I was sitting there for like 20 minutes just to get interviewed. And when I did, bro didn't even ask no questions. She was just like, what you do? I like, nothing. I mean, I just work really. That's it. I don't do nothing much. I work out, you know, I just do what normal people usually would do. That's it. And I was like, okay. Well, he said, well, I think you're gonna get hired for the job. And the whole time I was thinking I was talking to like the supervisor, because I was the one who I was like getting in contact with and talking to. Nah. Whole time I was talking to like one of the managers out there. And I was like, what? Like, he didn't even know who I was at first. And it was like, he told like such and such soldier told you a pay or whatever. And I was like, yeah, he told me yada yada yada. And I was like, all right. So I got hired on, and like he told me to come back the day after, no, 2 days after. I think that was on a Wednesday. I came back on a Tuesday, and I came over there. I quit my job at Firehouse. I ain't gonna lie, my last day at Firehouse was like, I low-key kind of shed a tear, but I was like, I was ready to go. Like, it was like, that day was kind of cool, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, it wasn't that busy, and I was working at nights that time too. So, yeah, because I was late that day because of the interview. So, it was pretty nice. It wasn't even that busy. We got everything good and clean. You know, before I left, I made sure everything was straight, though. Like, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to sit there and leave, like, your store in a bad predicament. Like, if I quit or something. Like, I'm not going to leave you in no bad spot if I leave. So, basically, after that little day of working there, it was cool, a little smooth day. I was low-key kind of glad I quit, though. Because, like, I used to drive, like, 30 minutes from home every day, and it used to kind of get annoying. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, going up there was like 18, 20 minutes in the morning, and then when I'd be getting off, it'd be like 3, 4 o'clock. So it'd be already busy. The road be already busy. Everybody be out. And then it'd take me like 30, 40 minutes just to get home every other day. And I'd be like, bruh. Like, don't get me wrong, I love driving. Like, I love going for a ride. But like, all that extra driving, I don't know about all that. I don't, nah. It was draining too much of my gas. But I got out there to Jefferson's, and I ain't even gonna lie, I was like, I don't even know about this already. Like, before I walked in, I was like, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be a great idea. So I walked in there, and they was like, you the new guy or something like that? I was like, yeah. So they told me that I had to go sit down because they was waiting on somebody so that I could go back in. And it was like 15, 20 minutes again. And I was like, bruh, like, come on, what we doing? Like, I'm getting tired of waiting like 20 minutes just to get somewhere. So told me to clock in. Like, he came up there and then shook his hand, yada, yada, yada. I was actually talking to the actual boss. Shook my hand, talked, whatever, chopped it up. He told me my clock in number and all that. And I was like, all right, cool. So he introduced me to everybody. He walked me around. He got somebody to like kind of show me where everything was. And like, to me, how everything was organized, if it makes sense, it seemed like it was like everywhere. Like, you got drinks in one corner, another thing of drinks in another corner, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But so I'm not gonna lie, when I got in there, I kind of realized it was like really busy. I was like, bruh, it is too busy out here. So after the dude showed me around, I'm guessing like the manager for that day was the guy who showed me around and for the grill. And he showed me everything around, trying to talk it up, trying to figure out who I was and da-da-da-da. And we started to work. I got these fryers. And I ain't gonna lie, they got like a timer at the above. Like, you gotta click up just to click on it instead of like, at McDonald's, they got those, but like they own the fryer. Like, you could just look at it, click down, boom, press one button, you done. But instead, out there, you had to press that one button up here. Confusing. And then they had like 8 different timers on one of them fryers. I don't know, it was kind of confusing to me, I ain't even gonna lie. I started to get used to it, and then I was like, yeah, I don't know. And then, so really, I'm gonna get to the point to where I really wanted to quit for real. So I was like, all right. So I'm sitting in there. It's been 15 minutes. He's showing me how to cook all these foods. I'm like, okay, it's simple. It's just a process you gotta remember. It ain't that hard. Then it's like, we get busy. Like, bruh, we gonna ever stop? And I'm just dropping chicken after chicken after chicken after chicken after chicken. I'm dropping lots of chicken. And then, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, how I work, I'm like a safety kind of guy. Like, I like things being done the correct way, so then things won't mess up and have to be redone and all that over again. So I was using gloves and changing gloves every time I had to drop something, because, you know, that's raw food and all of that. So we had ran out of gloves and there wasn't no more. So I was like, shit, I'm finna go venture off and I'm finna go figure this out myself. So I ain't even gonna lie, I slipped off successfully, and like nobody knew where I was going. I was going for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. I ain't even gonna lie. I started to like play around and just start sitting there for like no reason, because I didn't want to go back over there. You know, I didn't find the gloves though. I was like, I don't know where the gloves at. I went looking everywhere for them. I even went outside to go look for them, because they got like a shed, like, where all their like utensils and stuff, not utensils, but like things like gloves and stuff would be at. I'm guessing that's where it'd be at, where he showed me. So minutes later, he was like, where's you at? I was like, oh, I went to go get gloves, but I couldn't find none. He was like, oh, okay. Because he said, oh, I just realized you were gone. And I was like, yeah, I just left.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Lying. I was gone for a good little minute. But he went and go look for him. He was like, yeah, we ran out of gloves. It's like 4 o'clock in the evening. I ain't even gonna lie. It's 4 o'clock in the evening. How you run out of gloves at a restaurant 4 o'clock in the evening?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Come on now, come on. So he was like, hey, you just have to say, forget it. We just have to use them. I said, nah, I ain't trying to. I was like, I started to do it, and I did like 2 of them. And I was like, yeah, I'm not finna do this, because I kept having to wash my hands every time I got done. So I was like, can I go to the restroom real quick? He was like, yeah, you can go. So I was like, all right. So I got in the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie, they had like a little dresser thing in there. I don't know what it was, but they had something like that in there. So I was like, all right, I'm finna sit down in this gym, and I'm finna sit here for a good little minute. I sat there for like a good another 15 minutes, you know, another procrastinating, another 30 minutes. Then I went back in there, and I was like, I'm not finna do this. I ain't gonna lie, I started dropping the food, like, they was showing me how to make it and all of that, and it was like, I don't know, the way they were doing it was really nasty. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna just keep it 100. It was really nasty. They told me to start picking up food with my bare hands, no gloves on, and start using it in the batter and all of that, bro. I was like, no, I'm not finna do this. And then, bro, it was like cross-contamination on everything. Like, it was a whole lot going on at once. And I was like, I'm not finna do all that, bro. I'm sorry. Like, how could you say it, raised to work. It's like you get things done the right way the first time, how it's supposed to be done, and you follow the book on that, is okie dokie swell okay. So with that being said, I didn't like it. So I did that for like 30 minutes. No, I did that for like 30 minutes. And then I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I drank water before I walked in here, so I gotta use the bathroom a whole lot. So I was like, can I go again real quick? It ain't gonna be that long. Yeah, he said, yeah, I could go. I didn't come back though. That's the thing. So I went to the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie, I called my mama. And you know, when things like that happen, I like calling my dukes, because it feels like, to me, it feels like your mama always got the right answer for something like that. She was like, if you don't like it, just walk out at that point. Just walk out. I know you don't like it, but just walk out. So I was like, all right. And like, she got on the phone. She even got my dad on the phone. She was like, it's okay, because things like that happen. You know, it's life. You gonna learn. Just take your lesson and just move on for it, and don't do it again. In which I ain't done did it again, and I don't plan on doing it again. But I was just gonna take the L and keep on trucking. I ain't even gonna lie. So, I chopped it up. I was on the phone with them for like 10 minutes in there. Yeah. Like, the bathroom, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to mention, the bathroom is like one of them one-stall bathrooms. So it's like only one toilet in that gym, and you gotta lock the door. Ain't nobody walking in there. Come to find out, when I was on the phone with my mama too, bruh, tell me why the supervisor, like the boss, he tried to go to the bathroom. He knocked on the door. I was like, nah, somebody in here. And I was like, I don't even know. And then I had thought about it. I was like, if I'm finna walk out, I need to make sure he don't see me. So got off the phone, my mama, my nana, chopped it up with them, you know. Then I was like, all right. So I peeped my head out the door to kind of get out the bathroom a little bit. And I realized when nobody looking. So I was like, all right, shit, I'm finna jet it. And I'm finna go. Now, to remind you, I worked out there at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. So it's probably like 5, 6 o'clock now. And they got 3 waitresses. They got one lady at a bar. And like, to get to the bathroom, you gotta walk past the bar. So I was like, bro, this lady at the bar finna see me walk out. So I ain't even gonna lie. She was like making a drink for somebody. And I was like, all right, cool. So I'm finna jet out here. And I did. So when I did, I walked past the waitress, and I walked past 2 waitresses and like one of the people that like sit people down at a table. And that was like one looked at me and she was like, And like, I just like looked and I just kept on walking. So I was like, all right, bet. I'm finna just keep on, you feel me? I'm finna keep on walking. I'm finna walk out of here. So I did. I ain't even clock out. I ain't do none of that. Ain't nobody knew what was going on. Everybody think I'm in the bathroom. Shit. They think I'll take a number 2. So I walked out successfully. The plan was all good. I ain't even gonna lie. I stayed out there for like 2-3 hours and I left. That's the first time I ever walked out of a job 2-3 hours in. I thought I'd never be the type to do that, but guess what? I was the type that did that. I did it and I didn't realize I ain't gonna do it again. So I got off the phone. I was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was cheesy. I was like, man, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm dipping on me. I'm out. So, and I dipped out successfully. And then I got on the phone. Like, I pulled out the parking lot. I was on the phone with my mama. Before I pulled out though, I ain't gonna lie, I blocked the supervisor number and I left the group chat in there. So I was like, yeah, they ain't gonna call me back. They ain't got no way to call me back, ain't no way to get in contact with me. Really, it was my email. They can email me all day long, but it's an email. I could look at it and not respond. So I pulled off and I was on my way home. And from there, it's like 8 minutes away from my house. So I was like, all right. So I was on the phone with my mama. I was like, Mama, I'm on the way home. I done left. I'm feeling me. I'm finna check it. So I talked to the old supervisor back at Mickey D's, but unfortunately he was on vacation. So I called the office. I filled out the paperwork. I talked to like one of the old managers that I used to work with at like the store, like right down the street that I used to work at. And she was like, yeah, he gonna try to hire you on, yada, yada, yada. But so fast forward, a week later, I started YouTube, just that and the third. So like a week later, he called me back from his vacation. He was like, you can get hired back, same pay to where you left at, and yada, yada, yada. I ain't gonna lie, at that point, I was making good checks. I was loving it. I'm loving it. At Firehouse, I low-key took an L, like to sacrifice to myself. So I was like, shit, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna just go ahead and lose like $2 just to see if I can like still get my bread back. In which I still could, it's just I had to work a little bit more harder. So I went back to Mickey D's, called me. I was like, I ain't even trying to go out there, but I was like, all right, forget it. I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Luckily for me, my best friend work out there. So I was like, cool, it's finna be me and bro. We finna be turned. So I did orientation like a day after that. Yeah, after that day, I went and did orientation. Everything was smooth, you know. And then I went out to start working at the new store. The store I said I would never want to work at again. And I ain't gonna lie, like, not working there, I say ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just, bro, it just gets really busy. Like, it gets so busy, you be wanting to just be like, here you go, and throw their food in the window, tell them get on. Like, that's how I be sometimes in the window. That's why I don't like being in the window. Then I started working out there. So here recently, as of recently, I've been working out there for like 2-3 weeks now. So here recently, a manager that worked at Firehouse Subs had pulled up out there, like through the drive-thru, and she seen me on the headset. She yelled out my name and stuff, and I was like, who is this? And I looked over into the window, and the second window is like the window where you give out the food and all this, that, and the third, like sauces and all that. So the lady that was in the window handed them the food, and she called my name. The manager had called my name. And I was like, who is this? And I kind of cut back, like, who's that? And I looked, I said, oh, that's her. So I was like, all right. I said, what's up? And then she was like, you quit out there? You for real? Like, you lied and all that? Like, I told him, I was like, the owner out there at Firehouse, I told him some stuff went happen. And I had to move. I couldn't work out there. In which I didn't have to move, but some stuff did happen at the time. So I just went ahead and quit. So I kind of used the situation as an excuse, in which I learned my lesson in that is to not do that again. Cause that's lying. Lying ain't good, bro. Don't resort to lying. Lying is not even cool. But that's funny because my lies was finna catch up with me. So she told me that, and I was like, yeah, I had some stuff that had happened, but I came back and I'm back in town, so it's all cool. So I was like, they told me they'll hire me at the same pay that I was already making, you know. So I was like, hey, it boiled down to the money, one's talking more than the other. And she was like, yeah, I understand. She's like, I don't even blame you if you want me to be honest. I was like, yeah. So, and the thing is, Firehouse wasn't even that bad. It's just like, I don't know. I guess it was just the pay. But like, it got boring. It was like, it wasn't it. She had told me, we chopped it up. And then she said, well, all right, I'll see you. And then she left. Tell me why. 3 hours later, I am not lying to you. 3 hours later, tell me why the man, like one of the dudes who worked out there at Jefferson's, he was like, he pulled through the drive-thru too, and he was like, you used to work at Jefferson's, didn't you? Not too long ago. It was like, you the one who walked out. I was like, nah, I ain't never worked at Jefferson's. I don't know what you talking about.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I was lying. I was like, bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Bro cannot know me. Cannot know I work at, you feel me, work at Mickey D's again. So like, he used to work at Jefferson's. I was just lying. And I was thinking, I was like, bro, my lies gonna catch up to me. He was like, yeah. I was like, nah, I ain't used to work out there. Like, I ain't gonna lie. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, you did. I said, no, I ain't used to work out there. He was like, yeah, you did. Can't remember. I was the one who walked you in. I was like, yeah, you right. I was like, I was like, yeah, you right. I did used to work out there. And I started laughing. And I was like, well, I'll have to holler at you later. And I was like, trying to get him out the drive-thru because I wasn't trying to talk. And plus, we couldn't no way because we got to get times down. So like, the quicker we are like getting things done, the better a service will be. So like, we had to get things done quick. So I had seen him and it was crazy. And then like here recently, like that happened like the other day. So I was like, bruh, that's crazy. And then ain't nothing really happened since. That's just a little story. But I've been getting paranoid. I was getting paranoid about like, bruh, the old manager from Firehouse gonna come through this line. Cause he do sometimes and he gets him a coffee. Him and his wife a coffee. And like, since I've been working there, I ain't seen him. So I'm glad. I'm thankful for that. But nah. But it wasn't nothing too special. It was just a little story time about how I left one job, quit, walked out for a good little 2-3 hour job, and then left and went to another job I said I'd never go back to. So I learned my lesson, and the end of it is really just stay where you at. Literally, stay where you at, you be okay. If you guys like the content, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Here, we're gonna have streams, Twitch streams. I'm gonna try to get it on Twitch and YouTube. We're gonna have Twitch streams and YouTube streams of NCAA when it come out Thursday. I think that's when it comes out Thursday. We have NCAA streams. We'll be playing that. We'll be playing Dynasty. I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna be locked in on that probably as much as I can. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys follow. Eventually, I'm gonna make the Twitch and I'm gonna send you guys the link. Put it all into everything. You guys can have everything. But make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow. Thank you for the content. If you like more, please go watch more videos. They are amazing. I'm telling you. They're great. It's funny, bro. I'm telling you. So appreciate you. Love. Peace.
Blue hundreds in my pocket, call them crib faces. Nigga, I ain't never punch a clock. It came from risk taking. Fat bitch put up with double stomach and the big ankles. My nigga locked for a DV because his bitch played. He told my